Before today's pickups with big screens and driving helpers, early models set the rules. In this video, we show 13 vintage trucks that not only set the tone for their day, but also built our idea of strength, style, and use. Number 1. 1901 Autocar Delivery Truck. The 1901 Autocar Delivery Truck stands as one of the earliest commercial trucks ever produced in America. This pioneering vehicle featured a flat wooden platform mounted on a chassis with a single-cylinder engine generating just 5 horsepower. Despite its modest power, it represented a revolutionary step away from horse-drawn wagons. The vehicle's open-air design offered no protection for the driver against the elements, and its solid rubber tires provided minimal shock absorption on the rough roads of the early 20th century. Starting the engine required physically cranking it by hand, a potentially dangerous task that demanded both strength and technique. With a top speed of just 10 miles per hour, the Autocar wasn't fast, but it was reliable and could operate continuously. Unlike horses that needed rest, this primitive truck helped businesses deliver goods more efficiently in urban areas, marking the beginning of motorized commercial transportation and laying the groundwork for the entire pickup truck industry we know today. Number 2. 1910 International Harvester Auto Wagon. The 1910 International Harvester Auto Wagon bridged the gap between agricultural equipment and automotive innovation. Originally designed for farmers, this vehicle combined the utility of a wagon with the convenience of motorized transport. Its high-wheel design allowed it to navigate the deeply rutted rural roads of the era, while its air-cooled engine provided reliable operation with minimal maintenance. The wooden cargo area could be configured with removable seats, transforming it from a people carrier to a goods transporter in minutes. With a modest 20 horsepower engine, the Auto Wagon wasn't powerful by today's standards, but its simple, robust design meant owners could repair it themselves using basic tools and skills. International Harvester wisely marketed this vehicle by demonstrating it at county fairs and agricultural shows, where farmers could see firsthand how it could replace both their wagon and potentially their tractor. This early utility vehicle established International Harvester as a pioneer in truck manufacturing decades before pickups became mainstream personal vehicles. Number 3. 1914 Ford Model T Runabout with Pickup Body. The 1914 Ford Model T Runabout with pickup body represents an important evolutionary step in truck development, even before Ford officially produced factory pickups. This was essentially a Model T car with the rear section modified to include a small pickup bed. Enterprising owners and aftermarket companies created these conversions to meet the growing demand for light-duty hauling vehicles. The vehicle retained the Model T's 20 horsepower 4-cylinder engine and planetary transmission, which was notorious for its unusual control system that required significant practice to master. The wooden pickup bed could carry approximately 500 pounds of cargo, making it ideal for small businesses and farms. This hybrid creation demonstrated the market demand for vehicles that combine the practicality of a truck with the affordability and drivability of a car. Ford took notice of these conversions, which ultimately led to the company's decision to offer factory-built pickup versions in later years. The popularity of these modified vehicles showed manufacturers that Americans wanted vehicles that could work during the week and transport the family on weekends, establishing the dual-purpose nature that would become central to pickup truck marketing for generations. Number 4. 1918 Chevrolet 490 Light Delivery. The 1918 Chevrolet 490 Light Delivery was Chevrolet's first dedicated commercial vehicle, representing the company's early entry into the truck market. Based on the popular 490 passenger car, this truck maintained the same 4-cylinder engine, producing 24 horsepower and 3-speed transmission, but featured a modified rear section with a small cargo box. This economical approach to truck manufacturing, adapting existing passenger car components, would become standard practice across the industry for decades. Priced at just $595, around $10,000 in today's money, The 490 light delivery made motorized transport accessible to small business owners who previously relied on horse-drawn wagons. Its relatively lightweight construction allowed for a payload capacity of approximately 500 pounds, sufficient for local deliveries by bakers, florists, and other urban merchants. The success of this model convinced Chevrolet that commercial vehicles represented a viable market segment, setting the stage for the company's long history of truck development that continues to this day. Number 5. 1924 Rio Speed Wagon. The 1924 Rio Speed Wagon, yes, the band named themselves after this truck, was revolutionary for its era, combining speed and reliability in a commercial vehicle. Powered by a 4-cylinder engine producing 50 horsepower, it lived up to its Speedwagon name by reaching 35 miles per hour. Impressive for trucks of that period. Its innovative features included an early form of power brakes and a gold-plated radiator emblem that signified quality and prestige. The Speedwagon's design incorporated a distinctive sloped hood and rounded fenders that gave it an unmistakable profile on the roads of the Roaring Twenties. What truly set this truck apart was its durability. Many Speedwagons remained in service for over 20 years. Extraordinary longevity for vehicles of that era. Rio's founder, Ransom E. Olds, who previously founded Oldsmobile, insisted on rigorous testing, with each truck driven hundreds of miles before delivery. This commitment to quality made the Speedwagon the preferred choice for businesses that couldn't afford downtime, establishing standards for commercial vehicle reliability that still influence truck manufacturing today. Number 6. 1925 Ford Model T Runabout with Pickup Body. The 1925 Ford Model T Runabout with Pickup Body marks a pivotal moment in automotive history as Ford's first factory-produced pickup truck. Unlike earlier aftermarket conversions, this was an official Ford product, signaling the company's recognition of the growing market for light-duty trucks. The vehicle maintained the Model T's 20-horsepower 4-cylinder engine, but featured a purpose-built steel pickup bed integrated with the body, replacing the makeshift wooden boxes of earlier conversions. Priced at just $281, approximately $4,300 today, it made truck ownership accessible to small businesses, farmers, and ordinary working people. The vehicle's 1,000-pound payload capacity doubled that of earlier conversions, making it genuinely useful for commercial applications while still being easy to drive and maintain. This model's success convinced Ford to continue developing its truck line, eventually leading to the dedicated truck platforms that would evolve into the F-Series. The 1925 Model T pickup represents the moment when America's most influential automaker fully committed to the pickup truck concept, helping to establish it as a distinct and important vehicle category in American culture. Number 7. 1926 Fordson Pickup. The 1926 Fordson Pickup represents one of Henry Ford's lesser-known but significant ventures into specialized vehicle manufacturing. Unlike the Model T-based trucks, the Fordson was built on a dedicated commercial chassis related to Ford's successful tractor line. This unique heritage gave it exceptional durability and load capacity compared to car-based pickups of the era. The Fordson featured a distinctive tall, narrow profile with a high ground clearance that made it particularly popular in rural areas with poor roads. Its 4-cylinder engine was geared for torque rather than speed, enabling it to pull heavy loads at the expense of top-end performance. The truck's Spartan interior reflected its purely utilitarian purpose, with few concessions to driver comfort beyond a basic bench seat. Perhaps most interestingly, the Fordson introduced modular design concepts with interchangeable components that could be quickly replaced, reducing downtime for businesses dependent on their vehicles. Though less remembered than Ford's other vehicles, the Fordson Pickup established important principles of purpose-built commercial vehicle design that would influence truck development for decades to come. Number 8. 1927 Buick Pickup. The 1927 Buick Pickup represents one of the most unusual entries in early truck history. A luxury brand's rare venture into the commercial vehicle market. This limited production vehicle was built on Buick's passenger car chassis and featured the company's powerful six-cylinder engine, the famous valve-in-head design that produced an impressive 75 horsepower. Unlike utilitarian trucks of the era, the Buick Pickup maintained many upscale features from its passenger cars, including a fully enclosed cab with proper weather protection, higher quality upholstery, and a more comprehensive instrument panel. The truck's distinctive styling elements included Buick's recognizable grille and elegant fender lines that clearly distinguished it from workmanlike competitors. Primarily marketed to businesses wanting to project an image of success, these trucks were often used by high-end stores for deliveries or by wealthy estate owners. Their rarity today stems from both limited production numbers and the fact that Buick quickly retreated from the commercial vehicle market to focus on luxury cars. This short-lived experiment demonstrates how even luxury brands briefly explored the growing truck market before market segmentation became more defined. Number 9. 1928 Studebaker GB Pickup. The 1928 Studebaker GB Pickup represented the company's serious entry into the light truck market, showcasing Studebaker's commitment to both performance and style. This model featured a distinctive six-cylinder engine that produced 65 horsepower, significantly more powerful than many competitors, making it capable of hauling heavier loads while maintaining higher speeds on the improving American road network. The GB's cab incorporated automobile-like comfort features, including a more padded seat and roll-up windows that were uncommon in trucks of the era. Studebaker distinguished the GB with striking design elements like a chrome radiator shell and optional two-tone paint schemes, bringing a level of visual appeal previously reserved for passenger cars. The truck's innovative chassis design included semi-elliptical springs that improved ride quality dramatically compared to earlier solid-mounted beds. This attention to both functionality and aesthetics reflected Studebaker's philosophy that work vehicles didn't need to sacrifice style or comfort, a concept that would eventually become standard across the pickup market. The GB established Studebaker as a significant player in the truck segment, a position the company would maintain until its eventual closure decades later. Number 10. 1929 Ford Model A Pickup. The 1929 Ford Model A Pickup was a milestone in automotive evolution and marked the beginning of what we now understand as a modern pickup truck. This vehicle didn't just fulfill cargo functions. It redefined the resistance, functionality, and durability we demand in a pickup today. Its robust design, intended for heavy work, made it a symbol of industrial reliability. Equipped with a 40-horsepower engine, it offered remarkable performance for its time. One of its most distinctive elements was the manual crank starter, an ingenious system that eliminated dependence on complex electrical systems. Additionally, its reinforced chassis and heavy structure allowed it to support large loads, making it essential in industrial environments. More than a simple vehicle, the Model A was a work companion designed to last. It represents the starting point for contemporary pickup design, setting a clear precedent for what robustness means in a utility vehicle. Number 11. 1930 Chevrolet Pickup. The 1930 Chevrolet Pickup represented a key advancement in truck history by achieving a balance between power, reliability, and value. Designed for workers who needed an efficient and accessible vehicle, this model positioned itself as a practical and durable option in difficult times. Its heart was the Stovebolt 6 engine with 50 horsepower, a notable leap compared to the common four-cylinder engines of the era. This six-cylinder block offered not only more power, but also mechanical reliability that made it a valuable tool for daily work. It was a step forward in what would become the standard for pickup performance. In terms of design, it incorporated mechanical drum brakes and a wooden bed that combined functionality with a rustic and attractive style. Chevrolet presented it as an economical and indispensable option, establishing a formula that still defines the brand. Quality at a fair price. This model not only met the expectations of its time, but also laid solid foundations for the modern concept of utility and accessibility in pickups. Number 12. 1931 Twin Coach Delivery Van. the 1931 twin-coach delivery van, while technically more van than pickup, deserves inclusion for its revolutionary impact on commercial vehicle design. This forward-thinking vehicle featured a cab-forward design decades before this became common, maximizing cargo space within a compact footprint. Most remarkably, it offered front-wheel drive, an extraordinary innovation for commercial vehicles of this era, providing better traction and eliminating the need for a drive shaft that would intrude into the cargo area. The twin coach's low-loading floor, made possible by its advanced drivetrain layout, reduced the physical strain on delivery personnel loading and unloading packages. Its unibody construction, where the body and frame were integrated rather than separate, as was standard practice, reduced weight while maintaining structural integrity. Primarily used by department stores and delivery companies in urban areas, the twin coach's influence extended far beyond its production numbers. Its forward-thinking design concepts would eventually become standard in commercial vehicles, though it would take the rest of the industry decades to catch up to innovations that twin coach implemented in 1931. Number 13. 1933. Diamond T Model 80. The 1933 Diamond T Model 80 earned its reputation as the Cadillac of trucks through a combination of engineering excellence and unparalleled craftsmanship. Unlike most manufacturers who adapted passenger car components for their trucks, Diamond T designed purpose-built commercial vehicles from the ground up. The Model 80 featured a proprietary 6-cylinder engine producing 85 horsepower, engineered specifically for commercial applications with an emphasis on low-end torque and reliability. What truly distinguished this truck was its extraordinary attention to aesthetic detail. Hand-finished wooden dashboards, carefully crafted upholstery, and extensively chromed exterior components created a level of refinement unseen in work vehicles. The Model 80's unmistakable styling included a sloped, V-shaped grille and elegant hood louvers that gave it a distinctive profile. Diamond T's commitment to quality meant these trucks cost significantly more than competitors, limiting them to businesses that valued prestige and longevity over initial price. Despite their premium positioning, Diamond T trucks developed a devoted following among owners who appreciated their combination of durability and style, establishing the concept that commercial vehicles could be objects of desire rather than merely functional tools. Each truck we just saw has carved a clear trail in the story of modern pickups. First meant for heavy jobs, they have become signs of flair, muscle, and flexibility. The rigs rolling today spring from decades of bold ideas and steady tweaking. Hungry for more facts and tales? Hit subscribe, please, stay tuned, and ride along with us on this road of machines.